Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I had to stand up for this one. Shout out to this FLS soldier that left a comment. He said, a lot of people in America believe arguments are a sign of healthy relationships. They got kids brainwashed with this thinking. We're just going to stop it right there. And we're going to read this one more time so you guys understand that I live in America. And he's 100% right. A lot of people in America believe arguments are a sign of a healthy relationship. They got kids brainwashed. Yes, they literally do. And listen, I'm going to give you two of my favorite Bible verses. First one is let no man steal your joy. And when it says let no man steal your joy, it means no woman. It means no man, nobody in general. Second is how could two walk together if they don't agree? Let me tell you guys something. Why you cannot allow arguments. As a man, you are the leader. You are the head. A woman, when she goes to work, she's not going to argue with her boss. A woman that joins the military is not going to argue with her drill sergeant. So how is it in her that she could go to work, serve her boss, not argue with her boss, but she clock out and come and argue with you? You know why? Because she follows the leadership of her boss, but she doesn't follow your leadership. When a woman follows your leadership, listen, she is riding. Shout out to Baltimore City, down the hill. Growing up, we used to call women riders. And to me, that's the best phrase that you could ever really call a woman, is a rider. Because they riding with you. When they riding with you, you got the wheel. You're in control. Wherever you go, she goes. It's simple. She's riding with you, not arguing with you. Listen, let me tell you guys something. A lot of people have to understand a relationship cannot get recouped. It doesn't matter what you spend. It doesn't matter if you went to Build-A-Bear 24 times in 1 year. It doesn't matter. Charge it to the game. And I'm going to say this again. Literally, charge it to the game. It's over. Move on. But the minute that a woman wants to argue with you, she is pretty much saying, I don't trust your leadership. And that's cool. That's cool. She was in a relationship before she met you, and she'll be in a relationship after your situation is over. It's cool. But to think that arguing is healthy, it's not healthy for a man. And I'm going to say this again. As men, listen, I got a video dropping, not to get off topic, but a guy from Russia came to the NBA, took his life. And as men, we need peace. We literally go out. Listen, before you had the Matrix, before civilization, we literally had to go out and hunt. Lions, tigers, bears. We was literally eating fried lion chops. Like we literally had to go out and hunt. Talk about stress levels. Now you don't have to do that. Now you can use your brain, go to a warehouse, use your hands, make money without having to literally kill a lion and fry a lion. We are living in the best time to be alive in the world. Literally, like you don't have to literally go out and hunt with a spear. Some people that live in villages, they still do. Shout out to them. Pump up the volume. If you got Wi-Fi, let it breathe. But as a man, how do you go out to the world, deal with crazy drivers, crazy people, especially as a melanated man, the stuff that, and I'm not looking for sympathy, but I'm just saying, our relationship should be a fortress for peace. It should be our safety base. We don't need to go out to a job, have problems with HR, have problems with our boss, have problems with coworkers because we don't look like Larry Bird. And then we come home and we're still getting arguments at home. Absolutely not. The game is simple. The woman that trusts your leadership skills, she will let you lead. If she doesn't trust your leadership skills, she's going to come and she's going to try to argue and challenge you. The question is, who has time for that? This is part 3. And this is just a mixtape. Listen, as a man, keep life simple. And I'm going to say this again. Keep life simple. What are you arguing about? What is the argument about? The fact that she has a problem with you? The fact that's what the argument 9 out of 10, that's how arguments start. A woman has a problem with you. So if she has a problem with you, she could leave. You're probably thinking, Mr. Keep It Simple, is it really that easy to just let a woman go? Yes, it's that easy to let a woman go. Because you got to think about it. She was in a relationship before she met you. And if that man allowed arguments, and most men do, she's going to think this is natural. But listen, as men going into the year 2025, we have to understand that arguments, that's not natural. And things that are not natural to men, what happens is it puts us out of position. We cannot be out of position. Listen, we have to fight until the end. It doesn't matter if you went hard for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Listen, I'm going to tell you the sad truth. People take their lives fighting for 30 years, strong warriors. So at the end of the day, we got to fight till the end. Your woman is supposed to bring you peace, happiness, and love. That is it. When you come home, listen, you talk about a housewarming. Every time you come home, it should be a housewarming. Now, the problem is a lot of people are playing house. They're in relationships and they're not married. If you're not married, it doesn't count. And I'm going to say this again. If you're not married, it doesn't count. It's just a preview. It's just an interview. And like I said, the preview comes before the movie. But as a man, if you're not married, you need to just find a woman that's going to give you peace. If a woman gives you peace and not grief, at the end of the day, listen, your life should be at ease. Follow the wordplay, follow the bars. It's simple. An argument should never be allowed. And you're probably thinking, not even one argument, not one argument. Now, if a woman say, listen, you got your shoes on the wrong foot, that's not an argument. You literally got your shoes on the wrong foot. If a woman say, listen, baby, tie your shoe for you trip. Listen, that's not an argument. She's trying to help you out, give you a caution. Tie your shoe before she trip. If a woman say, listen, this and that. Listen, if she's trying to give you helpful advice, that's not an argument. We're talking about an argument is when a woman says, listen, I got a problem, and you up here, that's not healthy. I don't care if you had makeup love after. That's not healthy. And as men, a lot of men, they will say, listen, arguments are part of relationships. No, they're not. And a lot of guys, not to judge them, but they're suckers. They feel like, oh, if I don't make a certain amount of money, my woman wouldn't respect me. Let me tell you guys something. It doesn't matter if you got Adidas commercial like Travis Hunter. It doesn't matter if you make $40,000. I keep telling you, if she doesn't like you with $5, she's not going to like you with $5 million. And I'm going to say this one more time. If she doesn't like you with $5, she's not going to like you with $5 million. Listen, when it's all said and done, this is how it goes. As a man, listen, your relationship should be with God. Now, if a woman want to tag along, let her tag along. But you got to understand, and this is the best part of the video, pump up the volume. As men, when you go fishing for women, 9 out of 10 in the Matrix, in America, a lot in the beginning, these women, they appear to be like catfish or they appear to be like a regular fish. But under the surface, you're really catching piranhas. That's what it's like to be with the woman, or in general, if you're a woman and you're with a man and he's arguing all the time because he thinks it's normal, because both parties thinks it's normal, it's like fishing for piranhas. I don't care what anybody says. Who wants to fish for piranhas? Who wants a piranha on the boat? Who wants a piranha around them? Literally not in a glass cage. Who wants to be around a piranha? Nobody. And that's how you have to view arguments. It's literally like you're picking up piranhas. Listen, that's dangerous. And that's what happened as men that are single, that are lonely. And men have told me that this journey gets tough. Listen, only the strong survive. I had bad days just like everybody else had bad days. But listen, I know it's a fight till the end. I think I have the biggest secret that people who literally take their own lives don't understand. It doesn't matter if you got a hot 20 years, hot 30 years, hot 50 years, hot 60 years. It's a fight until the end. And with that being said, my friend, listen, never pick up a piranha. When you dealing with a woman that's argumentative, you are literally fishing for piranhas. And you're probably saying, well, she didn't look like a piranha. Well, that's the whole illusion of dating. Nobody is going to come off the back unless they really feel like I'm that person. Most people, they're doing a dance. And like they say, it takes two to tango. So you have to understand, if you did not see her as a piranha, it's okay. You were like, oh, man, I thought she was a catfish. That's okay. Literally, no pun intended. But when you found out that you got catfish and she's a literal piranha, listen, it's over. It's over. And honestly, some people cannot take rejection lightly. So this is why it's so important to, honestly, if you don't know a woman like that, don't let her know where you live. Vice versa, woman, don't let these men know where you live. Really get to know people for at least a good year. I talk to so many men. Great relationships start off, and after a year, it's over. Before the years even come to an end. What happened? Give yourself time. So if you find out that you got a piranha, listen, piranhas could go back to their habitat. They could go back and let the next guy get a woman that's argumentative. But don't tell the woman that you're leaving. Don't do this. And this goes to anybody. If you're about to get a divorce with a woman, listen, get a divorce, but move away far, because some people can't handle rejection. We're dropping real content. So if you got an argumentative woman and she viewing you as a cupcake, as a Pop-Tart, as an Aunt Debbie, as a Fig Newton, and you walk around, like that, and you like, you know what? I listen to Mr. Keep It Simple message. I want to move on. Listen, it can get ugly. So at the end of the day, this is why it's so important to make sure that the woman you're around is not a piranha, because if you try to tell her it's over, trust me, she going to try to start damaging your car, damaging your property, and she might try to take you out of this world because now you rejected her arguments. Arguments are not normal. What are we arguing about? Listen, to all you guys out there with a 9 to 5, put a 44 in the chat. When you see women go to work, it doesn't matter if you're corporate America, doesn't matter where you work, go to work and see how when a woman interacts with her boss, look how she interacts. So it's in her. And if it's in her, how come it can't be inside of her in the relationship? You know why? Because at the end of the day, she trusts the leadership of her boss, her manager, which is not even the boss, but she will literally follow the leadership of her manager before she follows your leadership. And that's sad. And I'm going to be 100% honest. When it's time for me to settle down, I would not allow my woman to work. And a lot of you guys are not in this position, but it's okay. I think the long-term game, no woman is going to be getting another man papers talking about, I got your coffee ready. Absolutely not. Listen, I don't care if I got to go to a third world country. I don't care. My woman is not working. My woman will be under my leadership and only my leadership only. Take it how you want to. That's it. I keep my business private, but I just wanted to put that out there. But with that being said, a lot of these women, when they go to work, they're not combative with the boss. They're not combative with the CEO when he pops up and visit. They're not combative with upper management. They're not combative with HR. So how come is she arguing with you? Because she doesn't see you like that. And as men, don't let anybody change the perception of how you view yourself. Listen, I done had people say things, and I'll talk about this in a video tomorrow. When it comes to content, it's safe to say Mr. Keep It Simple is back. I don't care what anybody says. As a YouTuber, taking 2 weeks off from YouTube, bruh, it's so refreshing. It's like a vacation. Then when you come back, you kind of feel like a beginner again. Let it breathe. But with that being said, you guys have to understand, if a woman is arguing with you, she pretty much saying, you're not that guy. I don't trust your leadership. There's nothing to go back towards. Now, somebody else left a comment, and he said that he got disrespected by a woman that disrespected his height, and he stayed in a relationship, and she disrespected him again. What do you think was going to happen? Listen, it's women out here 6'8" that date guys is 5'7". At the end of the day, height is not a problem. You're the problem to her. And if you are the problem to her, she's going to argue with you. It's simple. And you guys have to understand there are a lot of good women out here. But stop looking for piranhas. You guys want these piranhas. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And when I mean piranhas, I'm not calling a woman a piranha, but when I mean a piranha, if you ever looked at a piranha, man, these things are out of control. They're out of control. And that's what happens. We have learned to accept, even when you think about a woman in social media, what do guys say? Oh, I got me a baddie. I got me a baddie. When has ever having something bad become good? But that's the culture we live in. It's a reverse culture. In America, I always say it's like a sports car. It's like the engine is actually in the trunk and the trunk is actually in the front. It's reverse. In America, we get excited to be with the real sassy, disrespectful woman. Before they were calling men sassy, they were calling women sassy. So in America, we hype that. We overhype it. Oh, yeah, my chick got a crazy attitude. Yeah, my chick crazy. Yeah, my chick, man, she be going off for nothing. And they still go back. They continue to go back because they saw their parents arguing, but the parents divorced, yes. So the proof is in the pudding. Are arguments good? No. Did it work out for your parents? No. Did it work out for your grandparents? No. So at the end of the day, what makes you think arguments are going to work out for you? Think about that. Let it breathe. FLS, stand up. And this is just a mixtape.